So within your hydrating anti-stress facial box, you've got a travel size cleanser and toner in there. Now that will last you way more than one application. You'll probably get a few weeks out of those. You've then got your 365 soft scrub, which is a foaming exfoliator, really lovely and gentle on the skin. You've got your multi-regenerating rosehip oil, which is our serum. You've then got your mask, your Rose Zen mask. This is made up of two separate bits. So we've got a powder in there and a liquid, which we're going to mix together, and you've got a spatula just to help us with that later. You've got your O2 anti-pollution eye cream, and lastly, you've got your Royal Jelly moisturiser to finish with. So our first step is going to be our cleanser and toner. This is just to remove any dirt, makeup, bacteria that might have built up on the skin. So you're going to grab your cleansing milk, just open it up, and we're going to use about a 10p amount size into the palm of the hands. So not too much, about that much. We're just going to warm it up in between our hands, so just spread it out. And then we're going to massage this into the skin. So I like to start on the neck area. So you're literally just going to bring it up onto the face, and then across the forehead. It doesn't matter too much sort of how you do this. You just want to try and give it nice circular motions to really sort of clean the skin. So now we've got our cleanser on, we're just going to remove it. So you're going to grab a mitt or a flannel that you've got at home to take this off with. We're just literally going to wipe over the skin nice and gently, just to remove that cleansing milk from the skin. So you can just go all over where you've just been with your cleanser. Now we're going to apply the toner, so you're just going to open this up. Now with Germaine's toners, we don't actually tend to pop these onto cotton pads, we just pour them straight into the hands because they're lovely and silky, so we just don't need that cotton pad. So we're going to pop them into the hands. You're going to use about a 5p amount size. Just rub your hands together. This will feel a little bit different if you don't usually do it this way. And then we're literally just going to massage it into the skin. Doesn't need to be too much of a massage, it's just enough so that it's covered the skin. And this smells lovely. This has also got your hyaluronic acid in, which you might have heard of. That's what your skin naturally has in it, and it's what actually holds on to the moisture in your skin. So a really, really good one. So we're now using our 365 soft scrub. This is lovely for delicate or dry skin because it's really gentle, which means it's not going to aggravate your skin as much as a normal exfoliator, but it's still going to lift off any of that dry, dead skin that we're getting. So you're just going to open up your sachet. And this one we're going to mix with a little bit of water. So the more water that you add to this, the kind of foamier it will go. Now you probably won't use the whole sachet of that. That's about half that I've got in my hands there, so not too much. So you're just going to mix that with a little bit of water. So just dampen your hands and you're going to rub it together. So you can see it's gone nice and foamy. And like I said, the more water you add to this, the kind of more it will foam up. So it does also give the skin a nice deep clean. You're just going to literally apply it all over the skin and really give the skin a good scrub, but obviously being gentle if the skin is a little bit more delicate. So you're just going to do this all over, and for you, you can focus on those areas that might be a little bit more prone to dry skin or that need a little bit more of an exfoliation. Now if you find it does dry up a little bit, if you just go ahead and add a little bit more water, you will find that this comes back on you. So you can see it's kind of refoaming up in my hands again. So that's the lovely thing about this. You can just kind of keep applying it until you're happy with your exfoliation. So now we've given our exfoliator a good scrub, we're going to remove it. Same way that we removed our cleanser, so you're just going to grab a flannel or a mitt at home and just take it off nice and gently. So you're just going to wipe over the skin anywhere you can feel your exfoliator. This might take a little bit longer to get off than your cleanser did, just because you've got all the little tiny bits in there. So you just want to really make sure you've removed it when you do this. So onto our serum step of the facial, we're using our multi-regenerating rosehip oil. Now rosehip is brilliant for lots of different things, especially dry and irritated skin, because rosehip is naturally very calming and it takes redness down really quickly. But you've also got another ingredient in there called Belixa auris, which is what speeds up all that healing and repairing in your skin. So it's also brilliant on things like scar tissue, pigmentation, any kind of problematic areas. So once you've taken your rosehip oil out of the box, you'll see it's in a little glass ampule that looks like that, and you've also got a plastic tube there as well. So this plastic tube is actually what's going to break off the top of that glass there. So taking your plastic tube, you just want to make sure you've got the smaller end, and you're going to pop that just on top of the glass so you can see it doesn't really move around, it's quite secure there. Then you're going to hold on to your rosehip oil quite firmly, and you're just going to push your plastic bit to the side, which is going to snap that bit of glass really clean, like that. So you can see how easy that was, and then I have the other bit of glass here in the bit of plastic. So we're just going to warm that serum between our hands and our fingertips, ready to use. Now when we're working on our skin at home, we want to make sure we always work up the skin, because we've already got gravity pushing down on us, so working up is going to help to firm. So you're just going to do a couple of nice strokes up the neck to start with. Then we're going to come up onto the chin and just do some nice moves to help relieve that jawline. Sometimes we get a lot of tension here. Can also be a bit of a problematic area for some. Just going to massage that in. Going up onto the lips, we can do some nice sort of stretches across this area. And same down the sides of the nose there. Going onto the cheeks, we can just do a couple of nice sweeps. This just helps again, sort of lifting and firming that skin, really pushing that serum in. You can come around and do the same on the other side. And then working around the eyes, we can do some nice little circles or figures of 8 just around that eye area. Again, you get quite a lot of tension here. And we can also go up onto the forehead and do some nice little lifting movements and some little circles to really push that product in. So you just want to massage this in until your serum feels like it's fully absorbed into your skin. Using our professional Rosen mask, this one is brilliant for any kind of redness, sensitivity on the skin, because it's a natural antiseptic and it's actually going to help to build the skin's natural barrier back up in the skin. So it's great if your skin is feeling a bit stressed and just needs relaxing and hydrating at the moment. So it comes in 2 separate sachets. You've got one full of liquid and one full of powder. You're also just going to need a bowl. So any bowl will do, just something from the kitchen to mix it up in. You need your spatula that we had in the box earlier, and if you do have a brush at home, something around the size of this, that would be brilliant. It just makes it a little bit easier to apply it to the skin when we mix it up. So with your bowl in front of you, we're just going to mix our mask up. So you're going to take the liquid one first, and you're just literally going to pour this into the bowl until all the liquid's in there. Then you're going to take your powder sachet, just give it a little bit of a shake so all of that powder drops to the bottom. You're going to open this one up and you're just going to sprinkle this literally over the top of that liquid so that it's just starting to mix together. Once all of your powder is in there, you're going to take your spatula and you're just going to mix it up. Now this will feel quite thin at first. The more you mix it, the thicker it will go. So we want it to be a nice thick consistency. So you're probably going to mix that for about a minute, just until it starts to thicken. So the mask is mixed up now. You can see it's a little bit thicker in consistency. So you're just going to take your brush to apply this. So you're just literally going to pick up the product, apply this all over the skin. Just try and get it nice and even if you can. And this one we want to try and leave on for 15 minutes on the skin, just so it's giving us that kind of fully hydrated effect. You're just spreading this all over. The easiest way to remove this mask once we've left it on for the 15 minutes is to take your spatula from before, and we're literally just going to wipe off some of the excess. So you see it clears quite a lot there, and then you're just wiping that onto a tissue there. So you can just do that all over the skin until we've got quite a lot of it off. And then we can wipe the rest off with a flannel in just a moment. Just taking my flannel and wiping over the skin now. And you're just going to remove your mask. So our next step is going to be our O2 eye cream. Now this is actually putting lots of oxygen into the skin, and it's working on anti-pollution and anti-aging. We do actually get quite a lot of pollution in the skin. So obviously we have things like our environmental damage, which we all know about, car fumes, sun damage, but we also get domestic pollution, which is from things like candles, air fresheners, cleaning products that we use in the home. We also get a HEV light on the skin, which is basically what we would call a blue light, and that comes from screens, computers, phones. So that's why it's really important to use something that is anti-pollution, and this will stop your eyes getting that tight feeling that we often get. So to apply our eye cream, you're just going to open up your sachet, and you're going to take out probably about just under a grain of rice amount, and you're actually going to pop this just onto your ring finger. There's plenty in there, so that will probably last you about another week or so at home. So just pop that to the side so you can use it. Now the reason we use our ring fingers is because this is the gentlest finger, so it's going to give us a lot lighter massage. So you're just going to dot your fingers together to spread the product out, and then we're going to apply this to basically where you feel that bone around the eye area and just underneath the eyebrow. So we're not putting this too close to the eye, we're putting this just around it, so the eye area can take in what it needs as it goes. And then you can see here I'm just doing really small little circles just to massage that into the skin. So you can spend a couple of minutes just doing that. Lastly, we're applying the Royal Jelly Moisturiser. This one is a brilliant antioxidant on the skin, and it's also anti-inflammatory, so it's great for calming the skin down, putting all that moisture back in and helping to repair. So taking about a pea-sized amount of your moisturiser, you're just rubbing this gently between your fingertips, and this can go all over the skin. So you can just sort of spread it out and then give it a nice gentle massage into the skin. Now, if you're doing this in the evening, it'd be brilliant to leave this on and just wash your skin when you get up in the morning. If you're doing this at the beginning of your day, again, you can just leave your moisturiser on for the whole day, and in the evening you can do your cleanse routine again.